welcome everybody to NRL Season 5, Round 11, and we head to Interlagos, Brazil, Sao Paulo Grand Prix, whatever you want to call it. They call themselves these days in real life. But yeah, here we go. We are heading for a short qualifying session of 18 minutes and a 50% race. Joining me in the commentary box is none other than my namesake on the PlayStation Network, the DTLR Delta Lima. Welcome.
Good evening.
How are you doing? Not bad yourself?
I'm good. I haven't been blown away in the wind just yet. Everyone was somebody in the Discord is complaining that I'm not driving because they didn't want to be last.
He who must not be named.
He who must not be named. Yeah, but all good. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's going to be a good race. Last week out in SFR we raced Brazil, and it wasn't the most exciting race. Looks similar weather conditions, very grey in qualifying in SFR, and it looks very grey this week in qualifying.
It's very grey.
But I think the race was alright. We had pretty clean up until about lap 11 or 12, maybe even later than that, and then we got a safety car followed by another quick fire safety car, so it all kind of mixed up towards the end. But yeah, no, it's we've got Mercedes coming out first, it looks like. Who is this? First out of the garage is either going to be... Is this deck paint, is it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a deck paint. Has he raced in NRL before? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
Let's have a look at the race results. I've seen his name, but I'm not sure if this is just the race results. Where's the race? Race results are there.
Chow coming out now as well, and Kelsey's and He Who Shall Not Be Named out on track now. J-Rack is out on track as well.
Now J-Rack has definitely raced before.
He's tired. I believe he's got a one-shot quali.
Yeah, maybe he has. Who knows? So we're going to ride on board with Deck Paint, as he is the first driver out of the pit lane. This is what I seem to do. The first driver out gets their first full lap, as long as it doesn't invalidate live streamed. So he's in the Mercedes this week. He's down as a reserve driver. Let's see what his style is. He's got the soft tyre on, which is probably the way to go in qualifying. There's quite a big gap between the softs and the mediums. So if you want to get into the top 10, you're going to need to have the soft tyre on. Rides that inside, rides the outside curb in the centre rest. Is very, very, very easy to invalidate your lap there. He's got two cars on the left-hand side, but they stay coming out the pit lane. They stay to one side, and he's going to have the braking zone into turn 4. Very hard to run wide here. Runs wide, but manages to keep his lap valid, which is good. Good news for him. And now we come to the very tricky uphill double right-hander. Drops down to 5th, straight up into 6th, and then the again another tricky right-hander, heavy braking zone. You don't want to ride that inside curb too much, and you come to another heavy braking zone for a right-hander. You're going to lock your wheels up here no matter what, and bit of squirrely on the exit, bit of oversteer, loses the apex on the left-hander a little bit, and now we've got to get the perfect exit. Misses the apex completely there. Runs wide, but still a decent banker lap. Gets his toe in, gets his eye in for the for when he's going to set a faster lap coming up. So he's going to cross the line, and the first driver to put a lap together is 1 minute 9.213. We're expecting to get into about the 1 minute 8s, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe even 1 minute 7.
So yeah, high 107s possibly. So the next person to cross the line with a valid lap is going to be the unknown McLaren driver. And he's just coming up past the pit entrance, and he's going to cross the line, and he's going to hit a 107.7. There you go.
Okay, so they're straight into the 1 minute 7s there on a soft tyre. A few other drivers coming across. J-Rack just put a 107.9 in. Via is invalidated. Stein is just leaving the pits. Now, talking about Stein, he can win the championship this evening.
Okay. What are the eventualities?
Stein can win the championship tonight if he outscores David Shishaud by 24 points. So basically Stein has to win the race and David Shishud cannot finish.
Right.
Basically. So that is according to my... I didn't make that maths up. That wasn't me. That was the league owner, Toss the Cabba, who's done that. So, yeah. Apparently so, that is that, because championship standings wise, Stein has 152 points compared to David Shishud's 95.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So while you were just talking about that, just to give you a bit of an update, so Indian Jesus has done a lot of praying recently and got into a low 107.242.
I reckon we're going to be looking at the 106s then.
Easily into the 106s. Cali Rob also in the other Aston, the 107.392. Kachal finally set a valid lap time with a 107.517. Dasa 107.798. So the times are slowly coming through. Only 2 drivers out of the 107s at the moment. Obviously Stein has yet to set a lap, and
I'm on board with Stein right now.
David's retired.
Yeah. Is there anything in the stewards? Obviously you should know, you're a steward.
Let me have a look. I'll get back to you on that one.
Alright, well we're riding on board with Stein then as he see what kind of lap time he can do as he comes round into the final braking zone here, get a good exit to drag you all the way up the hill. Cut a little bit of the pit lane, you don't want to take too much, otherwise you will get your lap invalidated. Takes just about enough there, stays close to the left hand side pit wall, and he goes second fastest, 102.297, so just under half a tenth slower than what Indian Jesus could put out, so he's currently in P2.
We'll just update that for you. It was a 107.297, not a 102.297.
Okay.
That would be a very quick lap.
That would be very quick. That's glitch city, that would be, wouldn't it?
No, David hasn't got a single penalty point.
Okay.
So he's possibly just doing this for fun.
Oh, hang on. I think he was out. I think he might not even be able to race this evening, actually. I have seen something. I remember now. So I think he might be struggling to actually join the race.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll see what his availability is come the end of qualifying. Who's on laps? Viet.
So Viet is on a lap. Yep, good timing. We both jumped onto him at the same point in a totally manly way. That was. He's just coming up to the final corner. His time doesn't look great. It says he's +6, so he must be coming on an in lap.
Yeah, he's on 2. This is his third lap.
Yeah,
so it's an in lap with this. Havina
has no fuel.
Has had a fuel. Deck paint is back, and he is unfortunately invalidated around the turn.
He's just coming around the final corner to set his time.
Toss is pretty rapid. He's going to get a nice slipstream. Doesn't really get anything off Havina there up ahead.
You're a little bit there. And comes to the line with 107.399.
So into P4. He's historically very quick around Brazil. So we'll see what kind of... Oh, and there's he who must not be named in the wall at the exit of the CNRS.
That's a shame.
That is a shame.
In other news...
Let's watch him try and get back straight, and let's laugh at him. Let's see what he can do. Oh, he's keeping it straight. He's keeping it on track. I don't think he's probably got any front wing at this point. He's missing an end plate. Oh, Yerdy. Let's go and find Yerdy. Where is Yerdy? Yerdy. Here he is.
Just coming up to the Interlagos section, going around the lakes.
Yeah. So he stayed in 6th gear around that corner. Deck paint on his lap dropped down to 5th. So I think staying in 6th is probably the best thing to do. You probably wouldn't get quite so squirrely. Very wide line through that corner there, but he comes round this corner. Keeps nice, reasonably neat and tight to that inside curb. And he's going to get, I think, a bit of a slipstream off the car up ahead, which would be good for him, which is the McLaren of Toss the Cabber. So he's going to get a nice slipstream to finish his lap on it. He doesn't take it. He thinks keeping to the left is the better place, but he does go faster. He goes 2.5 tenths faster. So he's set a 107.679. Indian Jesus is just starting his second lap, and he is currently a 10th and a half faster than what he has currently managed. So keep an eye on his times, because he could go easily into the 106. I say easily, marginally into the 106s if he keeps this progress up. Someone's had a huge lock up into that right-hander there. There was skid marks everywhere.
Not what you want to be seeing.
Not at all.
Dace looks like he's on another hot lap now. He's just coming up the hill.
What car is Dace in? Is he Williams?
He's in the Williams, yeah.
Is he always in a Williams?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
Right, so Indian Jesus, I didn't see what his middle sector time was. I'm not sure if he is going to be going any faster. He is going to finish his lap. He's pushing 200 miles an hour as he crosses the line, and he goes half a tenth faster in the end. He lost a bit of time in the middle second. Toss has gone faster.
Toss goes up to P2 with a 107.226.
So he drops Stein down to P3. Ka-chow is on a lap in the Haas machine. Keeps it in 6th up the hill.
Dace goes fastest.
Dace
quicker on his time to get a 107.084.
Just outside of the 107s. So it's down. Ka-chow is a tenth and a half up, or just under a tenth and a half. Let's see what his second sector time is like. He's 2 and a bit tenths up now. So he's going to jump up, possibly into P3 with this time right now. He's got no slipstream up ahead of him, so he's going to have to do this on pure ERS, DRS, and engine. He's about to go over 200 mile an hour. Goes 2 and a bit tenths up, and he drops to goes to P4. So that's good for him. Cali Rob is down, and he's not flying. NRL Ben is not flying either. Viet, let's see what Viet's got coming up towards the end of the last sector. See if we should stay on board with him. He is 4 tenths up.
So he'll go down to a 107.4 at the moment, so he'll jump up to about P6, P7, depending on how much time he can make up in this final sector on the long slog up to the line. Takes as much of that pit entry as he can, and he crossed the line with a 107.363, and that's good enough for P7 at the moment.
Indeed it is. He who must not be named is in P10, dropped to P11 now, but on an outlap. J-Rack is 600ths up on his best time. Havina is
just about to cross the line, so we'll see what he can improve on his 108s. And he does improve marginally with a 2.5 tenths quicker.
Kals is someone who I haven't.
Now J-Rack just improved as well by 3 tenths.
Oh look! Where there he is in the wall. Let's jump back on board. Where's the? I need to find. There he is. Wave to Stuart. Hi, Stuart.
Everyone wave from Stein's car.
Oh, it's brutal. Brutal. He might be finishing last at this point. Right, so who do we have to catch up with now? Stein has gone fastest with a 107.050. It's too busy looking at Stuart to realise he'd gone quicker than Dace. So Stein currently into P1, and we're not in the 106s yet. That's very annoying. Kals
we've still got 5.5 minutes to go, so drivers can get possibly even two runs in at the moment if they come out right now.
Yeah, but most of them probably have only got one more fresh set of softs to stick on their car.
That's true.
Kals came out of nowhere. 107.225, so that's a pretty good time from him. Deck paint is invalid again, unfortunately, but he did go faster. He went 4 tenths faster than his previous run. So currently Mercedes running P13, P14. So not a great qualifying session so far for Mercedes. Yerdy in P11 on an out lap. And we're going to have a bit of a lull here, I believe. Looks like everyone's in the pits.
Havina's just crawling back. Deck paint's invalid, yeah, and Yerdy's on out lap. So we'll stick on board with Yerdy.
Yeah, it's just Yerdy at the minute who is looking to set any kind of time.
His sponsors just want the screen time, so go out while no one else is on track, and you'll be the only one on there.
They do so.
That's yeah, exactly it. It's what Williams do, isn't it? So here we go. Let's see what he can do. Coming around to turn 1, drops down the slope into the centre S's. Nice and smooth through there.
I'll mix between him and Deck Paint, because Deck Paint is on a flying lap as well. So Yerdy is currently a 100th up, and Deck Paint is currently a 10th down. So jump back on board with Yerdy through the... He drops to 5th gear that time, actually.
Yeah, I think that might have been a mistake because he tried to shift up as quickly as he could.
Yeah, Deck Paint stayed in 6th this time round, so Deck Paint is there. Second of the right-handers for Yerdy. A very tricky exit out of that corner for Deck Paint. And Yerdy, let's see what his second sector time. He's 600ths down. And he needs to get a good exit out of there. Deck Paint missed, the last time I was on board with him, he missed that apex horrendously. But he managed to get in there this time. At least clipped it at least. He's a 10th, still a 10th down. So he's not going to be improving just yet. Yerdy crosses the line and he's a little bit slower than his first, his best run. And Deck Paint is 3/10ths down.
So no improvement from the guys at the back.
No.
So we've got Dace has come out just about to line up to start his lap.
Who's ahead of him? Is that an Alpha Tauri?
He's ahead of him.
Okay, so Dace is going to get a nice... He's got a bit of gap between himself and Via ahead. So let's give Dace some screen time, because he is at the minute going to be trying to push for pole position.
Oh, so just in front of him, Vit's just had a bit of a snapper low
And
oversteer.
Dace is invalid.
Oh. Dace will want to protect those tyres now, save that tiny bit of fuel.
Via is a 10th and a bit up on his best time.
See what he can do in this middle sector. Can he maintain that and build up a bit more time, get into a low 107 position? Into the 107.1s would be nice from Viet now.
He's on course. Let's see what his... Yeah, it's confirmed Dace is in the wrong car.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, I can't remember what car he's supposed to be in actually. So Via is a 10, just under 2/10ths. It's 188 up on his best time. So this is going to put him into the 171s, probably into P4. I'm going to say right now. Let's see what he's got. What's he got? 107.1.
181.
There you go. So 4,000ths ahead of CRL Jesus. Stein is just coming out for his outlap. Dace is now going to be starting another one. So Dace is probably going to be... Let's ride on board with him through the S's. Very, very easy to invalidate your lap through here. Kisses just enough curb on the inside, takes enough curb on the outside to keep it valid. And let's see, he's going to stay close to that inside line with a pit exit. And his first set, he's 8,000th down. So he's on course. And he's invalidated around that corner. He's going to be so angry with himself right now. Now, Calces is invalid as a huge train of cars. Kachow is not pushing. Cali Rob is... Is he pushing? What's his... He's up. He's up on his best time. J-Rack gets a bit of a snap through turn 2. And J-Rack is down on his time. That cost him a bit of time, I think, that little moment he had. Deck Paint and Havina. I don't think Deck Paint's going to get round in time to set a lap. He's not. Havina is just about to. So Havina's probably going to be the last driver. A huge lock up into turn 1, though. Dace is going to try again. Stein is up on his best time. We could be seeing a driver go into the 106s. Indian Jesus is
the line
up.
will be Cali Rob, and he's currently on a 107.303. He gets into the 106s with a 6.927, takes provisional pole.
Goes. So let's watch Stein's.
J-Rack's going to be the next one to cross the line. He's going to improve slightly, but not enough.
Stein is 3/10ths up. Stein is 3/10ths up. He's going to be well into the 106s with this. So he's going to snatch pole back, I believe, unless he makes a mistake coming around the last couple of corners. Dace is a little bit up as well, so we'll keep an eye on Dace. But Stein goes pole, provisional pole. So Dace is going to be the next driver.
Can Tosta do anything to take any more time? And he does improve. Tosta improves to a 107.116.
Didn't see what Dace is. He's a 10th and a half up, Dace. So this will put him into the
Martin
106s.
improves.
It could put him into P2. Second row.
P2.
Second row for Dace. Toss is finished. Kachow is retired. J-Rack. So that is that. That's qualifying. Stein, pole. 106.759. Didn't think we were going to get into 106s at one point, but we ended up doing it by smashing it. The only problem with Dace is seeing how old his tyres are.
Yeah, because he did what, 2 plus an outlap, 2 laps on those.
Yeah. So that.
Did he invalidate twice on those that set of tyres, or just
He
once?
did twice.
So he's done 3 full laps plus an outlap.
He's done an outlap, an in-lap, 2 aborted laps, and then 1 flying lap. So 5 laps in total on those soft tyres, which isn't going to be ideal for the race. Would you agree?
Not at all. What he could hope for is an early safety car, get rid of those tyres, or just push as hard as he can in them, burn them out, and then just get in the pits as quickly as possible.
Yeah. The undercut's quite powerful here, so if you get onto the soft tyres quick enough, you should be alright. But here we go. We have Stein in P1, Dace in P2, Callie in P3. Then we have Toss, Viet, Indian Jesus, Calcis, Kachow, J-Rack, and Ben all in the top 10, all with the soft tyres on. Yerdy in P11, he can choose his strategy, and anyone else I mentioned from this point on can choose their own strategy for the race. So Yerdy, then Stewart, then Hervina, then Deck Paint, and then David Shashud if he ends up turning up. We'll see what he happens, see if he did manage to join the race. But we're going to be loading.
So this should be interesting. To see what happens, especially obviously turn 1's always a bit of carnage no matter what race you're in. We had confirmation that Dace was supposed to be in a different slow car. He should be in the Haas, but it's
that's it, the Haas.
Williams.
Yeah, and it's going to be dry. I've just had confirmation it's a dry race, so no rain, which is unfortunate.
No rain. So now we wait for the drivers to get their strategies right. As they all wait for Toss the Caber to ready up first, and then we'll go.
Yeah, I'm going to go and have a quick make a cup of tea while we do this. Quick commercial break.
Quick.
I will.
We'll be back shortly. So here we go. The grid is set and the drivers are just getting underway on the formation lap. So let's just take a quick look whilst we wait. So Stein obviously is going to line up in P1 with Dace behind him, Kelly Rob, Toss, Viet, Indian Jesus, Calcius and Chow. J-Rack unfortunately has been disconnected, but hopefully he can join back very shortly. And then NRL Ben, top 10 all on softs. Now, Yerdy and P11 has opted for the softs, potentially a fresh set of softs there. The McLaren no-name driver also on the softs in P12. Both Mercedes line up P13, P14, and have opted for the medium tyre. So, we shall see if that pays off. They're going to obviously try and go a bit longer on those tyres. And then David Chahoud, David, at the back in P15. I'm not sure if he's been able to join us or not. We will obviously find out as we get underway. So, predicted pit stop strategies. The one stop can go from soft to hard or soft medium. Obviously, the two medium drivers in the Mercedes can go from medium to hard. The one stop soft to medium would be possible depending on safety cars, etc. And for the top 10, depending on how much life they've taken out of their tyres. So we're just waiting for all the drivers to line up on the grid. So Stein is just backing off slightly, getting his tyres warmed, and then we will be underway. So 36 laps this evening, and we shall see how we get on. So Kautis and Chow, Havina and Deck Paint have all had collisions during the formation lap, so the game just pushes them up to the grid. And here we go. So David's just lining up and joining the box.
Well done, that was a good formation lap commentating there. I listened to the whole lot. I'll let you do it.
You're welcome. You know, I just came to join you.
Right, here we go. We've got lights about to go out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are out, and away we go. Stein gets away well, so does Dace on the inside. Toss gets an amazing start. He's up the inside. And Dace is up to P. Dace is into P1.
Trying to go around the outside. It's neck and neck. Dace has had to go off the track to get past.
Stein gets a much better exit, and Callie is slipstreaming. Oh, a bit of wheel back. Oh, who was that in the background? Deck Paint is out. That was an immense crash. And that is that. Yellow flag now, sector 1. Who gets round turn?
Someone spun. J-Rax spun there. I believe obviously that's his ghost, because he's not going to be able to rejoin as Kachow and Indian Jesus are battling for position.
So Dace got into P1 at turn 1, but then lost it at turn 3. So Stein leads. Dace, the top 4 are all how they started. Kachow is up 3 into P5. Deck Paint had a huge crash in the background, and he is now out of the race. J-Rack is trying to catch up, as Delta already said he had an incident. And David, we're going to watch out for David today. He has to get a points finish to keep the championship alive, but he's up to P11 already.
So he only needs to make up one more position. So he's dropped quite a little bit too far back from NRL Ben, but he'll get the benefit of the slipstream. But Ben is behind the McLaren, gaining. But behind Kautis, you've got Viet, Stuart Little and Ben all forming up a little bit of a train. As the front runners now, Toss gets past Callie Robb nice and easily, dives down the inside miles before the corner. So now Toss is on the hunt for Dace in front of him in P2. Got a yellow flag. Someone else has gone around. That'll be Havina is spinning around.
So Mercedes are having a really bad race today. Both started on the medium tyres, and they're both, one is out and one is at the back of the grid.
Going well for them.
It's going immensely for them. Gaps are all about 4 to 5 tenths. Dace is very close to the back of Stein, though. We could see a move for the lead come the end of this straight. Dace was very fast in SFR at Brazil last week. Penalties let him down, so he's got to watch out for those this week as we ride on board
Dace
with him.
Not want to burn through too much of his ERS, but obviously Stein's going to be using up his ERS, so Stein's covering off the inside. Dace keeps it sensible and just slots in behind him. Obviously DRS now enabled on this lap, but there's no detection point. There is a detection point for the S's.
And
so
who's
Dace
that? Ben is round. Ben is round at turn 2. He had an incident with David Shashoud, so that is massive for the championship. David is now down into P12, and he's got he's dropped quite far back now. He's got a lot of catching up to do. Havina's changing his tyres. He's in the pits. So Dace has got 68% of ERS, same as Stein. Toss has got even less. Toss has been burning through his. Callie's got 84, so he's got some in reserve. Indian Jesus is down in P5, so Aston Martin's running 4 and 5 respectively. Kachow's lost a position actually then to Indian Jesus, hasn't he?
So P1 to P9 are just one long train of cars, and unfortunately Stein's going to be the one that loses out here because he'll be the only one in this long train without DRS all the way back to P9, so they'll just all be dragging each other along, and Stein's going to be the one that pays for it as Dace comes flying up. Oh, and Stein just covers it off nicely, nice and cleanly. Dace will get the second DRS coming down the second straight coming out of the NRS's. And will Stein cover off the inside?
Shot
he
here.
does,
Dace is
but
going
Dace is going for it. And they come very close together. Nicely done. So Dace is just pushing in front as they come up.
Stein is holding that inside.
The corner, and he gets the better traction. Makes Dace have to go wide off the track. And now Dace slots him behind Stein again. That
is good racing between those two, and keeps Toss interested as well. Toss has got that gap closed right down. So Dace is going to have to try again, but he's a lot closer this time. But this is where you lose a bit of time in that dirty air around that corner. Stein is very wide there. Stein was very wide.
So that's going to cost him massively.
It's going to cost him speed up this straight. Dace got a much better exit. Dace is much closer than he has ever been before on this part of the track. And Stein makes a late move to the inside.
I think Dace was trying to predict where he was going, but couldn't make a decision quick enough. Dace has to back out in the S's. Oh, he just sticks it to the road. Now they're going to be side by side as Dace will open up his DRS, coming down the second straight, all the way up to turn 4 as he gets past Stein, and Stein's going to have to concede the corner.
And who's this?
Dace,
look at Callie Rob. Indian Jesus comes up the inside of Toss, and Indian Jesus takes control. Oh my god. Oh my word. I had the perfect view of that from Callie Rob's cockpit. That was just unbelievable. That is Stein out of the race. Dace is still in it, but he is going to have picked up. I'm not sure what
happened because Dace doesn't look like he's got any damage. Dace has lost an M plate on the left-hand side, so I'm not sure what happened. All I saw was I was riding on board with Toss, and I just saw in front this almighty crash and a car fly up into the sky.
So the championship will not be won today. Let's just say that. Stein is out of the race. This is probably the first time I've ever seen Stein not finish a race for a long time. So under safety car rules, let's check the spicy Discord and see what's gone on here.
So everyone is going to dive into the pits left, right and centre. So Indian Jesus opted to stay out.
What tyres has he got on? The softs. He needs to come into the pits. Get those tyres off.
5 lap old soft. Kelly Rob stayed out. Viet stayed out. Tosk, Chow, Carces, Dace is obviously going to have a new front wing. Ben and Havina all in the pits. I think comment from Dace are that they were leaving. He was leaving enough space each time, but obviously Stein's battling for a championship and didn't want to give it up.
I get that
very much.
Obviously, we haven't seen the onboards. I was concentrating on Indian Jesus' immense overtake of Toss sneaking up the inside. I wasn't looking further ahead to see what was going on ahead. But yeah, I haven't seen the onboards. But that was a pretty meaty collision between Dace and Stein, which has put Stein out of the race, and Dace is able to continue.
Yeah, so both Aston Martins have opted to stay out. Viet in the AlphaTauri opted to stay out. Yerdy in the Red Bull opted to stay out. These guys are going to be sitting ducks on the restart.
Toss is in a good position on fresh hard tyres. Kachow on fresh mediums. Will the hards do 30 laps?
It'll be a push, but they could do it. So, I feel like we've seen more action than a lady of the night on Benefits Day in Glasgow. Did that tickle you?
That light in the mood. Apparently Stein's flying car went straight into Toss and Indian Jesus, and it wouldn't surprise me. There was a lot of car flying everywhere.
Thankfully, thankfully Indian Jesus got past Toss, and he's Jesus, so he just ghosted through.
He did. The resurrection.
The resurrection.
So this is good for Havina. He's able to catch back up to the pack. So we'll see how far he can get to the back of the pack before.
I'm just going to watch a replay from Stein on his Twitch channel.
Oh yeah, let's have a look at this while we got the safety car in.
Slots in behind Dace as we were on board. Dace still fighting hard, and it's just. Oh!
Okay. That was it.
Yeah, that was pretty meaty. Safety car appears to be staying out.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. We've just had confirmation from race control.
Okie dokie, yeah, so Indian Jesus
so someone
now...
has spun under the safety car.
Yerdy, David, come on, watch your gaps on your safety cars. And David again, watch your gaps, boys, come on. Right,
Indian
so we
Jesus
are racing.
to the line.
Callie didn't get the jump, and who's that? That's Kachow fighting with
Chow and Yerdy
Yerdy.
side by side.
Kachow gets up to P3.
Kelsey's
Where's happened to
almost
Toss?
slops up.
Why is Toss dropped all the way down to P9?
I think Toss got caught napping there.
That is...
amongst all of the carnage, because I think Viet and David C both picked up damage.
Yeah, so Viet in the pits. David C in the pits as well. So Indian Jesus leads the race by over a second already. Kachow is going to be chasing down Callie Rob. Yerdy in the P4, but on 7-lap hold softs. He's going to have to pit again. Well, you're going to have to pit again, I say. He's going to have to pit very soon, is what I meant to say. All the drivers behind them.
Jesus has managed to put a 1.1 second gap. Now, the problem we're going to have is P1 and P2 currently are both Aston Martins, so someone's going to have to pull the trigger. Will they be talking to each other, discussing who's going to come in the box first?
He who must not be named has got past J-Rack, but J-Rack is going to fight back.
Stuart's going to cover off the inside.
See if J-Rack can send it around the outside. You've got to be careful of that outside, touching that grass.
So Toss is fighting just behind. So just behind J-Rack, you've got NRL Ben and Toss the Caber coming up fast. So obviously we won't have any DRS for the next 2 laps under the safety car.
And the gaps are starting to widen again now, aren't they?
Indeed. So we've got a 1.5 second gap between Callie Rob and Indian Jesus.
And a lot of drivers have penalties as well. We've got Stuart and J-Rack with 8 seconds. That's 1 3-second corner cutting penalty and a 5-second collision under safety car. You've got Yerdy, Kelsis and David Shashud all with 5 seconds worth of penalties as well. So Kelsis gets past Yerdy and Stuart Little goes past Yerdy as well.
I think Yerdy might have just had a little bit of a problem there. Lost track.
Here comes J-Rack, who is trying to power around back up the outside again. Yerdy's fighting Stuart Little
is
back.
Cutting the grass through the middle sector. He's now on 10 seconds of penalties. And he's going to get disqualified very quickly.
18 seconds, yeah. Wow. I don't think it's a very good... who's that fighting up ahead? Yerdy and Stuart Little. Yerdy just backs out at the last minute. Stuart Little keeps P5. So there's no driver. Stuart's got a 2-second gap to Kelsey's up ahead. And Stuart has got 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers behind. 5 drivers behind him now. Is it time for the Stuart Little train?
Yeah. No one wants to talk about that.
Oh, Cali Rob gets a massive moment of oversteer, and Cali Rob is round. He manages to keep it from spinning all the way, but that is the easiest position for Kachow to pick up ever. And Kachow is now into P2. We've lost David Shashood, so the championship is not going to happen today. Obviously, it was confirmed, obviously, with Stein crashing out, but with David not even going to be able to claw some points back, so it might be quite difficult for David to come back in the following races. We're going to have to work that out if he didn't pick any points up today. Yerdy very close to the back of Stewart. Stewart's obviously got no DRS. Yerdy has. Yerdy's going to switch to the outside here. Yerdy goes round the outside of Stewart and gets that move done. That is brilliant from Yerdy, and he's now got the chance to try and pull away in this tricky middle sector and try and get out of the DRS of the drivers behind, because he will be a sitting duck come the straight. Kels is very close to the back of Cali. Cali obviously had that off.
J-Rack almost attempts to go round the outside of Stewart into the right-hander, but NRL Ben caught him there and napping, and NRL Ben has now moved up to P7 around J-Rack in the inside of
Simply lovely.
Simply lovely.
So let's ride on board with Calcis and see if Calcis has got anything to attack Kelly Rob with. He's got a lot more ERS to use, the DRS activated as well, and this is going to be an easy overtake.
He's not even going to make it look.
There we go. He is round and he is into the podium position, into P3. Chow picks up a 3-second time penalty. NRL Ben is chasing, so we're going to ride on board with Stewart now. Yerdy's trying to cover off.
I think Stewart's hard tyres are affecting him trying to catch up with Yerdy.
It is,
even though Yerdy's 11 laps, softs are 11 laps old.
Oh, he hasn't even pitted yet, has he?
No.
Yeah, so he's doing well.
And he's going to hold up the rest of these guys.
Yeah.
So maybe the hard tyre is not the best tyre to be on, to be honest.
What other kind of gaps are we looking at right now? Callie's going to look to try and get back past Calcis. Then we've got the Yerdy train from P5, 6, 7, 8.